What's up, guys? Ruppy here, bringing you Week 8 of the Breejax Battle Royale. I apologize if this is going to sound very disjointed and rushed. Plain and simple, I don't have a lot of time on my hands right now. This game is about to start. I'm doing this literally last second. I threw this team together within the span of the past hour with some serious help from Gage in my front office to try to make something work because taking on so many leagues was a horrendous idea because this is going to be the fourth game I've played today, and I've been lagging behind in prep because I've had other games I needed to prep for today, and this is a nightmare. I definitely made a mistake along the line here. In any case, last week we picked up a win over Dorian and his Los Angeles Aegislash. This week we are going to be facing the Dallas Starmies, coached by Shayquaza. His roster will be appearing off to the right. His team consists of the dreaded Urshifu Single Strike, Azumarill, Blastoise, Toxtricity, Decidueye, Flygon, Piloswine, Alolan Dugtrio, Rapidash, and Thwackey. Urshifu is definitely coming. I would not be surprised there. Toxtricity is definitely coming because of the immense pressure it puts on Rillaboom and Holucha, among other things. Toxtricity is actually kind of a problem for my whole team. I would not be surprised to see Decidueye because it actually kind of walls Rillaboom to some extent for the most part. Regardless, let's go ahead and get into my team real quick. This is going to be probably one of the shortest team builders I've recorded because I am on a very hefty time crunch right now. I just need to get this done because otherwise I'm going to leave Shay waiting, and he's been patiently waiting long enough, and I screwed myself over today big time. Anyway, so I am bringing Rillaboom, Holucha, Hatterene, Clawitzer, Tyranitar, and Tentacruel to this game. Trying to remember off the top of my head real quick with what I got going on here. So Rillaboom is a sub leftover set with Grassy Glide, High Horsepower, and Knockoff. The 180 speed is there to, I want to say, speed creep at least Toxtricity. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me if this doesn't sound as clear-cut as it should. Again, I am on a very hefty time crunch, and I am not in the best of frames of mind right about now. I am horrendously stressed out. Holucha's your typical Grassy Seed Unburden set, the 196 speed, I'm pretty sure is there to guarantee outrun everything prior to the seed popping, because Holucha's faster than, I believe, both Rapidash and Alolan Dugtrio. Hatterene is Queso Berry for any potential ghost hits from Decidueye to be able to take that thing on. Trick Room 3 attacks. Draining Kiss is there primarily to get a ton of health back while still annihilating Urshifu. Psychic and Mystical Fire kind of cover a lot of everything else. Clawitzer. I'm running a Scarf set with Mega Launcher, Flip Turn, Water Pulse, Ice Beam, and Sludge Bomb. With the 244 speed, I believe that does in fact outspeed everything that is not Scarfed or has a boost of any kind. Sludge Bomb is for the Azumarill. Flip Turn is basically Water type U-turn. Water Pulse and Ice Beam kind of cover everything else. My T-Tar, Dragonzord, I've got a Chople Berry. Stealth Rock, Iron Defense, Body Press, and Crunch. Ideal plan here is to abuse Iron Defense and Body Press to kind of take on Urshifu if need be with the Chople Berry and just destroy it with a Body Press. With any luck, I'll have a boost up by the time Urshifu comes in. Just kind of deal with everything else from there. Tentacruel, Black Sludge, Sludge Bomb, Dazzling Gleam, and Skull kind of covers everything I would need Tentacruel to kind of do. Reflect type is really primarily there to kind of deal with Toxtricity, because if I Reflect type Toxtricity, that thing pretty much cannot touch me, and Tox is always an easy switch into Tentacruel hands down. So that's going to be it for that. I apologize if this is super short and super rushed, and that I didn't explain everything clearly and concisely, but I'm just trying to get this knocked out so we can get into the battle with Shay, because otherwise I'm going to leave him waiting for a very long time, and he doesn't want that. I don't want to keep him waiting. I'm sure you guys don't want to wait to get into that battle. So, let us go ahead and get into that battle, shall we? This is going to be rough. Alright, it is battle time, and if I sound a little stressed, that's because I kind of am. I am fresh off of a game for another league. I probably mentioned it in the team builder portion of my video, but I kind of threw this team together fast-ish with Gage's help. We'll see how well it works. That's all I can really say. Let's get into this and see exactly what we're up against. So he brought RuppDat. Interesting. I had a feeling I was going to see Decidueye. The dreaded Urshifu single strike. Azumarill. Toxtricity. And Alolan Dougie. So, 4 of these 6 I definitely expected to see. RuppDat is a slight surprise, though maybe not considering Neopert. Part of me is tempted to just lead Empathy and go from there. T-Tar might not be a bad lead either, depending how he wants to play with... Because I could see him leading Urshifu too, just to try to smoke something right out of the gate. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to lead Empathy, and then go from there, see how he wants to play this. I could see him leading Dugtrio just to try to get rocks up on me right away. But for some reason, I feel like it would not be that big of a surprise if he does lead Urshifu as well, just trying to destroy something right out of the gate. Good luck, have fun, Shay, and let's see how well this ends up playing out. So I am leading with my hat. He is going to lead with Alolan Dugtrio. Huh. I ended up calling that. I kind of didn't want to. So I could smoke this thing with a Mystical Fire. I would kind of rather not, but... I don't have much in the way of a switch into this thing, unfortunately. I can take an Iron Head from him. Unless he were to flinch me. I think I'm just going to stay in and set up the Trick Room, see what he wants to do. I mean, I could see him Iron Heading. He is just going to go straight for the Iron Head. Which does not kill, thankfully. That was a crit! Okay, so that confirms to me he's not Life Orb then, if that much was from a crit. Interesting. Maybe he's more bulky? He could pick me off with a Sucker Punch. I would not be surprised, actually, to see a Sucker Punch. So what I think I'm actually going to do is I'm going to send out Neopert and go from there. Neopert will definitely be able to handle this thing, especially considering it's not Life Orb. This will get around Sucker Punch, too, since I'm half expecting him to be throwing that my way right about now, to try to make sure Hat's off the table. Nope, he goes straight Iron Head again. Which... Okay. That is interesting. I'm going to set up a sub, because I have a feeling he gets Dougie out of here. I really do not see him keeping a Alolan Dugtrio in on this thing. And he does. Okay. He is just going straight forward with the Iron Heads here. I really don't think he's Choice, because a Choice Iron Head would have definitely killed Hat with a crit. So, that is really interesting. I'm gonna Grassy Glide now and see what he wants to do. This is... It's Sash. Somehow I really shouldn't be surprised. He's gonna slow me down, which actually benefits me in Trick Room. This Iron Head is... not going to kill me. So... Rillaboom is at 47 right now. I am out of range of a Sucker Punch. Unless he's... Part of me wants to think he pulls Sucker Punch on me this turn. I'm gonna try setting up a sub and see how he wants to play that. Because I really think... I am really certain this thing has Sucker Punch, and now would be the perfect opportunity to throw it my way. Still no! That is very interesting, and I don't necessarily like how this is playing out. I mean, there goes... You know, something just came to me. I know I don't have enough HP, but I'm going to try to sub here. Call me crazy, but I want to test a theory. No, he goes rocks. Am I just being paranoid about? Maybe I'm just being paranoid about the Sucker Punch. Maybe I'm just being... Yeah, I think I was just being incredibly paranoid about that, and I kind of put myself in a bad spot because of this. Okay. I need to calm down. We can make this... We can still make this work. We can still make this work. I'm going to go into Big Daddy Claw now. So, okay, we've definitely misplayed the first couple turns of this battle. We have definitely misplayed the first couple turns of this battle. I got way too paranoid, and he's been surprisingly straightforward with this Alolan Dugtrio. More so than I honestly thought he would be. I'm just going to go ahead and flip turn out. It kills this thing. It kills this thing and allows me to be able to potentially well, we'll see how he wants to play. I don't think if he hasn't switched this thing out now, then he's certainly not switching it out. He's gonna let it go down here. If for whatever reason he does preserve this thing, then I'm flip turning out into and can get switch initiative then. Nope, he's just gonna let me take Alolan Dugtrio. So that takes care of that thing. And I'm not really affected by Tangling Hair because I'm getting right on out of here. So, I mean, I'm up 6. The good news is I got the lead to start here now. The downside is I have basically let 2 of my Mons get completely trashed in the process, which is not the best of scenarios to be in. I think I'm just going to send Empathy back in. I don't know if Empathy is going to die to the rocks, but... It is. Okay. So I would rather let Empathy go down that way, I guess. Because, I mean, now he doesn't necessarily have the switch initiative on me anymore. I think what I'm going to do here... I'm going to go into Dragon Zord and see what he wants to do. I would not be surprised to see this thing. Somehow I am not surprised. I really should have seen this thing coming. So, good news is I've got Sand up. Would he close combat expecting me to switch is the question. I'm half expecting this thing to be banded. I'm gonna try and go for a body press and see what happens. I would not be surprised to see he goes Drain Punch! Okay. Interesting. I'm going to be able to get this body press off. Which definitely takes a huge chunk out of this thing. And it's going to get worn down by sand. So, in the grand scheme of things, I will definitely take that. And, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and body press again. Just in case he tries to switch it up on me. If he's not banded. He's just going to Drain Punch, which is fine. I'll let T-Tar go here. It's not that big a deal. He's not getting... He's back over half, which is alright, actually. He's going to get taken down with that. Okay. Alright. So... I really don't think... I haven't seen Life Orb recoil, so I wouldn't be surprised if he is in fact banded. He's banded. Drain Punch is actually not touching Tentacruel. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Ruin and go from there. I would not at all be surprised to see Toxtricity come in right about now. I'm going to go ahead and Scald. Because I can take Drain Punches if he is locked in. Which, it would be weird to... Well, I mean, I guess I could see Drain Punch just because maybe he's afraid of the close combat drops, which is perfectly understandable. Especially with Rillaboom around, with Grassy Glide priority. So he's gonna stay in. I'm gonna get the Scald off, which is gonna do a good chunk. So he's not choiced. Oof. Okay. So I'm not gonna lose Tentacruel. That shows me he's not choiced. Which is actually really interesting to find out. And also I do outspeed the... Well, yeah, I was calculating to make sure I outsped this thing. If he's got Sucker Punch, I see him going for it now. I'm gonna reveal Reflect type. Because I'm gonna fish for the Sucker Punch here. No Sucker Punch! Interesting, was he willingly sacking this thing off then? Okay. He saw I outsped. Okay. So at this point, I am definitely overthinking things way too much. And it is kind of costing me a bit. So he's not choiced. Interesting. Maybe it does have Sucker Punch. I'm gonna go into Ray Phoenix. I'm not gonna pop my seed yet because, obviously... Yeah. But... I definitely outspeed this thing. I'm willing to take the rocks damage. I'm just gonna go straight for the acrobatics. On the off chance he switches into Azu to take this. Nope, he's gonna let Urshifu go down. Okay. So... I have definitely been thrown way off in this game, to say the least. Shay has been playing this a lot more straightforward than I thought he would. I have been horribly over-predicting a lot of what I thought he was going to do. And it's ultimately come back to bite me. We might still be able to make this work, though. We'll see what he wants to bring in now. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tox at this point. Yep, he's gonna go Tox. Which definitely sucks. I'm gonna go Neopert. If he specs and goes for an electric move, it kills me, hands down. But... Oh! Oh! He's a shift gear Tox! Okay! That's interesting. I'm going to Grassy Glide because I've got the priority for it. And whatever chip I can get on this thing at this point would be very much appreciated. I mean, I could see him... Now that I think about it, I could see him shift gearing a second time to make absolutely sure he outruns, Actually, let me check that quick. Nope, he is not going to shift gear a second time. And he is a physical one, I'm noticing. Which is actually really interesting. The downside is this thing definitely outspeeds Clawitzer now. No two ways about it. So I'm kind of forced to go into Ray Phoenix here. The plus side is I do get a defense boost. So if he is a physically offensive shift gear one... we might be able to find a way to make this work. I kind of have to go for Zen Headbutt, honestly. And I need to kill this thing. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. I really don't have time to set up an SD at this point. If I can pick off Toxtricity, I might be able to find a way to salvage this. It won't be the easiest thing in the world, but it might be, well... Probably not, because Azu's still floating around. Oh, that might be. it kind of... If I can get rid of Toxtricity, we'll go from there. Not quite. And he's going to go Overdrive. So, that is going to do it. I'm going to end up losing this one 4-0 because there is no way a Shift Gear Tox with the boost is being outsped by a Scarf Clawitzer. So, GG, Shay. I give credit. Granted, I didn't help myself with what is admittedly literal last-second prep because I have been so stupidly busy this week and had so... Taking on so many leagues was certainly a bad idea on my part in the long run. I'm not even going to lie on that one. Let's just go Water Pulse. I'm not even going to lie on that one. That one's all my bad. But you definitely... I definitely overthought a lot of the early game on this, to say the least. Especially with the Alolan Dugtrio, that put me in a hole that I certainly could not recover from, and I got no one to blame but myself for whether it was mind games I bit into or me simply getting outthought. I got no excuses on that one. Regardless, GG, Shay. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I have been Ruppy. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.